A girl thinks the barista made a heart shape in her coffee to flirt. No, he just accidentally spilled too much milk. Okay, let me tell you about the most embarrassing thing that happened to me last week. It's one of those moments where you just want the ground to swallow you whole. So, I have this new coffee shop I've been going to near my apartment. It's got that perfect vibe, you know. Good lighting, comfy chairs, and the coffee is actually amazing. But the best part, the barista, let's call him Alex. Alex is, for lack of a better word, gorgeous. Like he looks like he just walked off a movie set. He's got that friendly smile, and his hair does this perfect little floppy thing. Needless to say, I developed a tiny, harmless crush. So for the past 2 weeks, my morning coffee run has become the highlight of my day. I'd put on a decent outfit, maybe a little makeup, just in case. I'd rehearse my order in my head so I wouldn't sound like a bumbling idiot. Hi, can I get a large iced latte with oat milk, please? Simple, elegant, totally not desperate. And every day, he'd smile, say coming right up, and I'd spend the next 5 minutes trying to look cool and casual while I waited, definitely not staring at him making my drink. I was convinced we had a little something going on, a spark. He'd sometimes ask how my day was going, and I'd give him a witty, charming answer. At least, it was witty and charming in my head. This went on for a while, and I started building up this whole fantasy. Maybe one day he'd write his number on my cup, or maybe he'd draw a little smiley face. I was living in my own little romantic comedy, and I was the star. I was so sure there was a connection. I mean, he remembered my order after the 3rd day. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. I even told my friends about the cute barista. They were all invested. Did he talk to you today? Did he smile? It was becoming a whole saga. I was just waiting for my big movie moment. And then, last Tuesday, it happened. The moment I had been waiting for. I walked in, did my usual routine, ordered my latte. Alex was at the machine, looking particularly handsome that day. I was standing at the pickup counter, pretending to scroll through my phone, but really, I was watching his every move. He poured the espresso, added the oat milk, and then he did something different. He took the little metal pitcher of milk and started pouring it in a way that looked intentional. He was swirling it around, concentrating. My heart started pounding. Is this it? Is he doing latte art? For me, he finished, put the lid on, and called my name. As I walked up, my stomach was doing flips. I tried to keep my cool, just a casual thank you. As I grabbed the cup, I took a few steps away before I dared to look. I didn't want to seem too eager. I found a little table, sat down, and slowly, dramatically, I lifted the lid, and there it was. In the middle of my coffee, a perfect, beautiful, white heart. A heart. He made me a heart. My brain just went into overdrive. This was it. This was the sign. He was basically declaring his feelings for me through foam. I was ecstatic. I couldn't stop smiling. I sat there for a good 10 minutes, just staring at this coffee heart, feeling like the main character. I even took a picture of it. I had to document this momentous occasion. I sent it to my group chat with the caption, "Guys, IT happened." The replies came flooding in. Oh my god, no way, ask him out. The encouragement was overwhelming. My friends were convinced this was my green light, and honestly, so was I. He made me a heart. In a coffee, that's not just standard procedure, right? That's special. So, I spent the rest of my coffee sipping time hyping myself up. I was going to do it. I was going to go back up there, thank him for the coffee, and maybe slip him my number. I practiced what I was going to say. Hey, thanks for the coffee, it really made my day. And by the way, here's my number, in case you ever want to get coffee sometime when you're not working. Smooth, right? Confident, but not pushy. I was ready. I gathered all my courage, stood up, and started walking back towards the counter. This was my moment. As I got closer, I saw him talking to another customer, a guy who had just ordered. I slowed down, not wanting to interrupt. I could overhear their conversation. The customer was laughing about something, and then I heard Alex say, "Yeah, sorry about that, man." My hand slipped and I poured way too much milk in, so I just tried to make it look like something. A heart, maybe. I'm still new at this latte art thing. He laughed. It ends up looking like a blob, most of the time. The other guy laughed and said, "Hey, a blob of coffee is still a coffee." And he walked away. I froze. I literally stopped in my tracks. My hand slipped. He poured too much milk. It was an accident. My grand romantic gesture, the sign from the universe, the declaration of love via foam, was just a clumsy mistake. A milk spill. I felt my face turn bright red. All that build-up, all the excitement, the picture I sent to my friends. It all came crashing down. It wasn't a heart for me. It was a happy little accident, a cover-up for a pouring error. He probably did it for everyone he messed up an order for. I wasn't special. I was just the recipient of a well-disguised mistake. I wanted to disappear. I just turned around and walked straight out of the coffee shop. Didn't even look back. I couldn't face him. The embarrassment was just too much. I walked all the way home replaying his words in my head. My hand slipped. I'm still new at this. Oh, the humanity. All my rom-com fantasies evaporated in an instant. I wasn't the leading lady. I was the background extra who completely misread the entire scene. When I got home, I had to send the follow-up text to my friends. False alarm, guys. The heart was an accident. I repeat, an accident. The laughing emojis I got in return were brutal. The next day, I couldn't bring myself to go back. I walked 20 minutes in the opposite direction to a different coffee shop, just to avoid the potential awkwardness. I've been going there ever since. The coffee isn't as good, and the barista is just a regular person, no movie star looks. But you know what? It's safe. There are no accidental hearts, no misread signals, no potential for public humiliation. It's just coffee. And maybe, for now, that's all I need. I think my heart needs a little break from the world of caffeinated romance. So, if a cute barista ever makes you a heart in your coffee, maybe just enjoy the coffee and don't plan your wedding just yet. It might just be spilled milk. So that's my story of tragic misinterpretation. I hope it gave you a good laugh, probably at my expense. If you've ever had a moment like this where you completely read a situation wrong, let me know in the comments below so I don't feel so alone in my embarrassment. It would really make me feel better. And if you enjoyed this story and want to hear more of my awkward life adventures, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.